So there is a whole group of women on TikTok saying that men are DL because, and then they start, listing off their things on why they believe a bunch of men is on the DL. Now, before we get into the clip real quick, I know a lot of y'all been saying under the comments that y'all want me to play the whole video, then do my commentation and my reaction after. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that this time. I'm not going to stop and pause because I know a lot of y'all getting tired of that. It's cool. I'll do my commentation after. But before we get started, make sure y'all smash up the like button. Make sure you share this out to a friend. Tell a friend who will tell a friend who will tell the next of kin. Your boy St. Reese is back at it again. Make sure also y'all go to our merch store, which is going to be pinned down into the description area, gasmerch.com, where you can get this dope t-shirt, infamous Saint, right here, vintage holy one in our shop, in our down in the description area. That's who we're sponsored by. That's how you can support, what we got going on over here, man. Without further ado, let's hop right into it, y'all.
He don't want you because he really deep down with a boyfriend. I don't know why y'all be surprised. Like, a lot of these niggas, they be DL. Like, 98% of men are in the closet and they're DL. I kid you not. Like, so you wonder why a nigga not really fucking with you for real? Because he really like boys. He like men. He's on the other side.
See, I fully understand why a lot of these men are not really fucking with a lot of you women right now. What I don't understand is why we're still acting surprised that men don't really want to deal with women like that when they're in a world surrounded by women that's not even worth dealing with. Men are starting to have standards now, and it's like every time y'all come across a man whose bar is not in hell, y'all accuse him of being gay. Talking about if he don't really fuck with you like that, it mean he like boys. Maybe you just not worth fucking with. Like, did you ever consider that? The way most women act nowadays, if I was a man, I would not want to fuck with y'all either. First of all, y'all use these men as a personal ATM machine and y'all don't do shit in return. Y'all don't cook at all. Y'all done turn into some damn takeout queens. And not knowing how to cook is no longer an excuse because, for one, men are not hard to feed. Some of them be jumping for joy if they find a woman who's willing to make something as simple as hamburger helper. Like I said, the bar is in hell. But there's also way too much modern day technology for y'all to still be using that excuse that you can't cook. Like, there's so many machines that will do the cooking for you. It's literally on autopilot. Pick one, because between the crock pot and the air fryer, you have no excuses. Also, a lot of y'all run around here with absolutely no respect. No respect for a man. Hell, no respect for yourself half the time, because a lot of y'all be walking around here just openly acting like hoes. Nowadays, a man can't even express his feelings without being criticized by a woman. Like, why are we acting surprised? It's not worth dealing with. Finding a good woman is so rare nowadays that they've just thrown their hands up. Like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just not gonna fuck with y'all. And if I do, it's gonna be in a very casual sense. If women would actually start acting like women, it might change, but y'all not willing to do that.
And you want to know what's crazy? I agree with that sister. That sister pretty much said everything that I was going to say. You see what I'm saying? But I'm glad it came from another woman's mouth instead of a man's mouth, because you already know the moment a man starts saying these things, they start using their code words like misogynistic, he's toxic, he's women bashing and all that stuff. So I'm glad that the sister said it. But the crazy thing is, here's the crazy thing. Most of these women nowadays are saying that, they believe the majority of men, and like that sister said, 98% of men are on a DL. And then she began to say, because they not paying bills, they not doing this, they not spending money, so they believe that men is on the DL because a lot of men aren't tricking on them and paying their bills anymore like they used to. You know what I mean? A lot of these chicks is looking for a sponsor, if you ask me. You know what I mean? For real. I say all the time, man, you ain't looking for no spouse, you're looking for a sponsor. You see what I'm saying? They looking for a paycheck, not a partner. You see what I'm saying? They're not looking for love. They're looking for a quick lick. That's what I be telling them. I'm like, man, listen, they're not looking to try to build with someone. They're trying to build their own bank account. They're trying to build their own lifestyle. They're trying to build their own establishment at the expense of these men. You know what I mean? Listen, relationships has become transactional now. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and I guess this is the time we're living in. So if a woman want a man to be a transaction to him, then it's only right that the man gonna want something in return from her. That's why we seeing a lot of these transactionals. You know, man, you feel like he gonna smash and scrape. He gonna throw her a couple dollars and on the way. But in my honest opinion, that's what's ruining a lot of marriages. That's what not marriages. That's what's ruining a lot of relationships. Because a lot of these people coming into these relationships at the end of the day, transactional minded. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? A lot of chicks, like the girl that just was in the beginning in that video, she's using reverse psychology, if you ask me. The redirection of the mind, what they call in psychology. And, you know, when she say, oh, men are DL, she's doing it. And what she's essentially doing is call them in DLs, dusties, and brokies when they're not spending money on them. Not paying bills like they used to. You know what I mean? Like the sister said, a lot of these dudes are starting to raise the bar. They starting to raise their standard. Like, man, all right, if I'm spending a bunch of money on you, really, what am I getting in return? Other than, you know what I mean, some yams here and there. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, really, why am I going broke? Spending all this money on you, and the only thing I'm getting is some yams, but in return, I'm getting more of your arguments. You're talking, not caring about my emotions and talking crazy and being demanding and all that stuff. Listen, the risk ain't worth the rewards anymore. You see what I'm saying? Chicks like that. Like the chick in the beginning of the video, like she said, I mean, chicks like that make you feel bad for not trying to spend a check on them. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, in her mind, the relationship is transactional anyway. And you know what? A lot of these simps is going to fall for it. At the end of the day, a lot of these simps, they fall for them chicks game because they never had any baddies before. So when they get the opportunity to get a baddie and they got a little check, that's what they're going to do. They're going to spend that check. You see what I'm saying? When they get the opportunity to get a baddie and they see them type of chicks, listen, they're going to spend that check. You see what I'm saying? Listen, y'all need to recognize the difference between someone who wants to build with you versus someone who wants to build off of you. Real rap. I'm going to say that one more time. Y'all need to recognize the difference between someone who wants to build with you versus someone who wants to build off of you. You see what I'm saying? Listen, if y'all agree with that statement, drop a halo down in the comment section, man. And I'll check y'all on the next one. It's your boy St. Reese. And I thank y'all for rocking out with me. I'll catch y'all on the flip. Peace. Consider the greatest spitting. I tell them I'm Christ-like. They envision modern Christian. Tell them I'm nothing like check conditions of how I'm living. I preach Christ. We ain't fake delivering. Listen, Candyman, soon as they. It's not about how much Bible chapter and verse you know. It's about how much Bible you willing to obey.